Here's what I learned. Look how wildly successful he was. But here's why. There's a concept that he understood that very few people focused on back then in the early 90s of signal-to-noise ratio. What was so brilliant about Jobs that I tell every CEO now, and I don't care if you're an S&P 500 CEO or you're just starting a business, his vision of signal was the top 3 to 5 things you have to get done in the next 18 hours. Not your vision for the business next week or next month or next year, just the next 18 hours you're awake. You're going to get those 3 things or those 5 things done that you have deemed critical for your mission. They must get done today. Anything that stops you from doing that is the noise. So this signal-to-noise ratio to be successful for Steve Jobs was 80-20. 80 signal, 20 noise. And I knew that to be true with him because he would email me at 2:30 in the morning, expect me to get back to him, because back then we didn't have texts, it was all email. He was right. He was right. And the only other person that I've seen that has a higher ratio than that is Elon Musk. He has no noise. He does not deal with noise. He is 100% signal, 24 seconds, every cycle. I mean, the guy is just 60 seconds of every minute, 60 minutes of every hour. The 18 hours he's awake, it's all signal. And look what he's achieved. Now, it's very awkward for him socially because noise is dealing with your family sometimes, or noise is saying hi to a friend, or noise is listening to some doom scrolling on, some social media app that just takes your mind, or maybe playing your guitar. But very few people on Earth, and if you go back in history, you're going to find out that the geniuses of their time were close to 100% signal.
You wake up, and the noise begins. Notifications, messages, endless opinions. Everybody wants your attention. But here's the truth. Not all of it matters. In fact, most of it doesn't. Kevin O'Leary once said, people like Elon Musk or Steve Jobs had one thing in common. They knew how to separate the signal from the noise. The noise is everything that distracts you. The signal is the work that actually moves your life forward. Most people? They drown in the noise. They chase opinions. They scroll endlessly. But the few who cut through the noise and lock in on the signal, they build, they create, they win. So let me ask you, are you chasing the noise, or are you locked in on the signal? Part 1. The comfort prison. You wake up. Your phone buzzes. Before you even breathe in the morning air, you're already scrolling, and you tell yourself, just 5 minutes. But you know it's never 5 minutes. That's the comfort prison. And make no mistake, comfort is the strongest prison on earth. Not because it hurts you, but because it feels good while it kills you. Look around. Everything is designed to keep you comfortable. Fast food when you don't feel like cooking. Streaming when you don't feel like thinking. Likes and views when you don't feel like building real confidence. But comfort is a liar. It whispers, take it easy. You deserve it. There's always tomorrow. But every tomorrow you waste becomes a yesterday filled with regret. The bars aren't steel. They're invisible, made of habits, made of distractions, made of excuses, and most people never escape. But here's the truth. The prison door isn't locked. The key is in your hand. Every time you choose discipline over laziness, growth over excuses, signal over noise, you chip away at the chains. The path out of comfort is discomfort. And discomfort is the birthplace of freedom. Part 2. The deathbed perspective. Now, fast forward. Imagine you're lying in a hospital bed, old, frail, out of time. The machines are quiet, the room is still, and all you have left are memories. In that moment, you won't care about the distractions. You won't care about the shows you binged, the comments you argued over, or the hours you scrolled. You'll only ask yourself one thing. Did I live the life I was capable of? Close your eyes. Picture your deathbed self looking back at you right now. Are they proud, or are they filled with regret? Regret for the dreams you never chased. Regret for the courage you never showed. Regret for wasting decades trapped in comfort. And the cruelest truth is this. You don't know how much time you have. You think you have years, but you don't know if you even have days. The greatest illusion is that you can keep waiting. But you can't. Because one day, the waiting ends. And all that's left is the story you wrote with your choices. Part 3. Legacy over distraction. Here's the truth. One day, every single one of us becomes a story. The only question is, what kind of story will it be? When people speak your name, will they say they lived distracted, they played small, they stayed comfortable, or will they say they built, they created, they left something behind? Because legacy isn't built in some grand, distant moment. It's built in the small decisions every single day. Every time you choose discipline over distraction, every time you choose signal over noise, you're laying bricks for a life that matters. Think about it. The greatest builders, creators, leaders in history. They weren't remembered for their excuses. They weren't remembered for the comfort they enjoyed. They were remembered for the impact they left. And right now, you're writing yours. One choice at a time. Part 4. The final lock-in. So here's the challenge. Cut the noise. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Put the phone down. Turn the distractions off. Lock in. Because the world is full of people drowning in noise, but very few chasing the signal. And those few? They're the ones who change everything. When the end comes, it won't matter how many likes you had or how many shows you watched. It will matter whether you used your time to build something real. So ask yourself, when your final day comes, will you regret the noise? Or will you stand tall, knowing you lived for the signal? The clock is ticking. The choice is yours, and the time is now. If you forget everything else I said, remember this. Most people won't escape. Most people will stay trapped in the noise, scrolling, waiting, wasting, hoping for someday, a someday that never comes. But you're here. And maybe, just maybe, you're not most people. Because the truth is, the world doesn't need more people drowning in comfort. It doesn't need more voices lost in the noise. It needs builders. It needs creators. It needs one more person willing to lock in on the signal. And maybe that person is you. But here's the secret. When you lock in, when you cut out the noise, when you chase the signal with everything you've got, you don't just change your own life. You send out a ripple. Someone else sees you. Someone else is inspired. And suddenly, your discipline becomes their courage. Your focus becomes their freedom. Your signal becomes their spark. So don't just do it for you. Do it because the world is watching. Do it because your deathbed self is waiting. Do it because the signal you choose today could echo for generations.